Hi guys, Johnny B is here to serve you, and I'm here in my home gym. TotalFit is not just something that I do outside. TotalFit is part of my lifestyle, and I'm here to serve you. And if you're a coach or if you're an athlete, this video will help you. Today I will tell you about the importance of PVC pipes, and if you think about building your own home gym or you think about gym setup, this is number one thing that I would consider you to get and invest in. Of course, you can go to any local construction store and you can build and buy one. I would recommend the size of the PVC to be about 1.6 meter, or depend of your height, it may be 1.7. Doesn't really matter, but just make sure it's close to your chin when you buy one. And if you know someone who works as a plumber, you may ask him to keep leftovers for you, and this way you save money. There are two ways how you can keep them. One is very light and empty, as you can see, and another one is filled with the concrete. So you buy 2 cups, you put 1 cup here, you mix the cement, you pour it inside, you close with another cup, you let it dry for 24 hours, and that one becomes more heavy, and it helps especially to master certain skills, or if you don't like to work when it's bending. So I prefer to work with one that have a little bit more weight. So today we will talk about how to use this according to TotalFit stamp. TotalFit is the fitness program that helps to lead people on the path to optimal health. Why? Because we train body, mind, and spirit. And when you train body, mind, and spirit, you coach or you work around a certain framework. We call it TotalFit stamp. It has 3 parts: look back with a warm up, look up to train the skill and lead the WOD, and look forward is when you do the cool down. And the PVC can be useful equipment for all of those 3 parts. So let's start with first. First is warm up, look back. You design for 7-8 minutes, 3 sets of warm up with the PVC. One can be for the upper body, 1 set can be for lower body, and 1 can be a fun activity or game that you can lead. So first set, you start with hands wide on the PVC and you do 10 passing through. 1 behind your back and 1 forward, and you do this 5 times, rotating that around yourself, keeping on the big thumb. You do 10 of those, and make sure you maintain the pace according to how you feel your body. So if you feel a little bit tight in muscles, you may work it very slowly and nicely, moving that around to make sure that you don't injure yourself. That warm-up set is very important before you move to any heavy weight lifting or working on pull-ups with the gymnastic movements. Make sure you prepare your body, you do a proper warm-up before you start. You need to warm up your joints, you need to warm up your muscles, you need to bring the body temperature up, you need to increase the heart rate, the blood flow. It all will prevent the injuries and make you more successful on your training. The second exercise on this upper body set is around the world. And you can do 5 on the left side, and then you can do 5 the other way, making sure again you feel your body. You want to warm the joints of your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, and increase your body temperature. The next one, you get it behind your back. You keep with your palms looking forward, and then you move it in front of you and you rotate your wrist and you keep it for 2 seconds. You bring it back. Again, you will feel how your wrists are warming up, how your elbows are rotating. That will all help you to prevent from the injuries. Another exercise and 10 movements that you can do you can take it behind your back, and right arm higher and left arm lower behind your lower back, and then you start pulling your left hand down. This way you're stretching the triceps and you're pulling your shoulders behind, and then you do the same but now pulling up, and that helps again to rotate the shoulders in a nice way and warm up. And you can go for 5 sets. If you have a very good mobility, you can bring this upper, and that will increase the intensity of the stretching. Again, you do 5 up and 5 down, and then you can change it, rotating the left hand up and the right hand in the lower back area, and repeating this same way, pulling down, pulling up, and doing this for 10 times. Another way, you grab with your arm in the lower part of the PVC, you throw it behind your back, and you find this with your left arm. Now you start pulling this up, which makes rotation of your elbow up or your right arm behind you. And then you keep for 3 seconds, you release, you do this again, then you change it to the right side, and you now pushing this to the side. Again, you can do 5 times this way, then you change it to the other hand, and you do 5 times pulling that behind you, and then 5 times pulling that in front of you. So this is a quick observation of different exercises that you can do in the first set of the warm-up using the PVC. After you finish that, you can break people into small groups of 2 or 3 and ask them a simple question, what you're thankful for. That helps to train mind. It helps to focus on something exciting, on something positive, release the stress out of you, and tune you up for the training that is ahead of you. Then after everybody finished the conversation, you move to the second set of warm-up, and you do on the lower body. You keep this in front of you and you do 10 squats. It helps to push and warm up your leg muscles, but it's also stretching your arms, and you do this for 10 times. Then you can keep it over your head and do 10 times overhead squats with the PVC over your head. Again, that helps you to warm up with your lower body. Then you can keep it in front of you and shift the weight from left to the right, keeping the balance of your body and making sure you move and warm up your ankles. And if you don't have rack, if you don't have any support around you, you can keep that in front of you, about 2 feet in front of you, and you can do the leg swings from the left to the right. You can do 10 times. You can change the leg and move it again. You can move it from forward back with one leg first and then another one. The dynamic stretching is much better than the static stretching, because this is how you can increase your body temperature, blood flow, and get ready and prepare yourself properly for the work ahead of you. So this is second set on your lower body mobility, stretching, and warm up. Now you can divide people into small groups again, and now you ask them the next question: what stresses you out the most? And this is where people start sharing some of the concerns that they have. It's important for the brain because brain functions 5 times faster in a safe atmosphere. And when you allow people to share things like that, you create this safe atmosphere with increase the brain capacity for the complex movement ahead of them. And now the third set can be a fun activity or game. And you probably saw already on some of our videos games with PVC pipes. So one of the games that you can do, everyone in your group, class holds the PVC in front of you. You can make a circle of these people around them, Athletes are standing in a circle, maybe 2 feet or 3 feet apart from each other. And then one holds in front of him, another holds in front of him, and you as coach command to move on the left. In this way, I need to leave my PVC and move as fast as I can to grab another one before it falls. And then you say to the right, I leave mine and I grab the one that is on my right. And then you can say left, 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 right, 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 left, left, and then you move people around. That helps to increase the emotions. And if the PVC falls in and you were not able to catch it on time, then you take the PVC outside, you do 3 burpee or you do 3 air squats, and then you back into the game. And you can spend another 2 minutes playing game like that in a very fun and exciting atmosphere. What you also can do, you can do the relays, dividing people into 2 groups. You can use the box for this purpose like this. You can set it up in a way of kind of a cross. And if you can leave it like this, or you can put a weight on the top to keep that, but make sure the weight does not slide from the box. And now two boxes with 2 cross of PVCs on the top and 2 teams, and on the command everybody needs to run, and then they jump over first one, and then they crawl under the second one, and then they jump again and crawl back, and this is how they go back, pass the relay to the partner, and the partner comes back. So you can be creative with the PVCs on the games and on different activities, but it all helps to warm up in a fun, positive environment. And also then after you finish this, you break them down again into small groups and you ask them to share is there any need that they have? Is there anything that we as a group, as a class, as community can help and serve? So those kind of things you can do in the look back part with 3 sets of warm up using PVCs. Number one is you do the warm up of the upper body. Number 2, lower body. And number 3, fun activities or games. You can use PVC also to run the look up section when you train the skill. And let me move the box away so I can demonstrate that to you. And now we are moving to the look up part. Look up part has 2 section. 1, we want to train skill, and second, we're running the water itself. And when we do the skill part, we divide it into the set, and during that set we ask accountability questions on what did you do to implement the I will statement since last workout, with whom did you share that, how do you apply the healthy lifestyle habits. So PVC can be a great tool and equipment to master the technique. Before you start working with the heavy load barbell, we want to make sure you master the technique. At the certification level 1, we train our TotalFit coaches to put technique as a priority rather than intensity. If you're able to master PVC, this is when you start moving into the intensity, adding the load, increasing the number of reps. So you take, for example, a complex movement like clean, you divide this into 4 up to 6 chunks of different portions of that movement, and you train one at a time, and much easier to do with a light PVC rather than heavy barbell. So first portion would be standing position, feet shoulder apart, grip, hook grip over your bar, and then thumbs outside of the pocket. You train that as a first piece. The second piece, you train them how to pick it up from the ground, how to stand it, how to extend your hips, and then you train that for 5 times just to make sure they master that piece. And once they nail this down, you can move into the shrug movement, and you can train them how to do the shrug. It's much easier, keeping close to your body and trying to press with your shoulders to the ears, straight hands, and you train that. Then you train them how to move your elbows around the PVC, and you say do this 5 times, and 1, elbows up and high, and rotate it under the PVC, and 3, and then you do 4 and 5, and then from that position you train them how to catch or how to move yourself under the bar and catch it, and then you go and 1 and starting position and 2, and you go that for 5 times using the PVC. Then you're trying to connect that together, and 1 and 2, and then you bring that into the last portion all together. And you divide this into 4 to 6 chunks, these complex movements, and you work on each of them 5 to 6 times to make sure they understand the points of performance, the standard of the movement, and they train the technique. Once they finish that, you can ask to put this aside, pick up the bar and start loading with the weight, and go for 5 sets of 5 with up to 85% of the 1 max rep, or 3 sets of 3 with 96% of the max. So, and you start moving this, training them technique, building up the consistency, and increasing intensity. So this is a look up. And now look forward, the last third part of the training. So you want to make sure to cool down and give a proper attention to recover the muscles after hard work. And this is what you can do using the PVC. You sit down as class in the circle, you discuss the experience of what, you connect this with the theme, you share the story, you create I will statement, and as you go through this process, you use the PVC as the tool to massage the areas of the muscles that you've been working on hard. So because it's not that big, you can easily to work on all big muscles and small muscles around your leg. You can roll it, you can press it to certain areas where you feel a little bit tightness or pain. You can go under this and just massage back and forth, rotating that to the left and to the right, or on both feet, just rolling with your hands. And then a great tool to recover and make sure you give extra help to your muscles to recover after micro traumas and after the working hard with a heavy weight. So those are some great use of the PVCs. They don't take much space in your gym, in your facility, or even in your house if you train by yourself. But if you're a TotalFit coach or athletes, we would highly recommend you to start with PVC and add that to your warm-up sets, add this to your skill training, add that to the cool down. Because our desire is to stay healthy and be active as long as we can, 6 days a week. And this is why the proper warm-up and proper technique and cool down is such an important thing. So stay tuned with the TotalFit. That video for you, we hope that will help you and equip you in certain areas. In the comment area, you can give us your feedback. We appreciate your honest feedback, and give us some suggestion. What next would you like to see from us, and how can we serve you better? So see you next time. This is Johnny B, and we're happy to be part of your great TotalFit family. See you next time. Bye.